Hi, welcome to the Six Figure Single Mom podcast. My name is Crystal. I'm your host. And on this podcast, we talk about all things lifestyle, career, and single parenting. Now, today I'm super excited because I have a guest with me that I've been trying to get on the podcast for a little while now, but I finally got him. This is someone that I met. This person came and did something in my dad's church. And I met him after because he looks super familiar. I see him all over social media, even before recently. His brother and I went to high school together. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to Rufus. How are you, Rufus?
I'm well. Thank you for having me, Crystal.
You're welcome. So before I get started with my guest, I always like to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we're going to get the audience acquainted with you, and then we'll let them know all about what you do. So Rufus is a dad, and he's also a preacher, and he's also involved in real estate. So we're going to kind of pull from a couple different places. So we're going to do dad stuff first, okay? Barbecue grill master or pancake chef?
Barbecue grill master. I cook a lot either way though, but I'll go with the grill master.
Okay, why?
I'm working on my craft in barbecuing. I can put some ribs together you don't need teeth for.
Okay. All right. So dad jokes or storytelling?
Dad jokes.
Why? We talked about that a little bit.
I love a corny joke, and I will laugh hysterically till I cry if it's the cornier, the funnier.
Okay. Yeah, Rufus was telling me that him and his kids, they are jokesters. So I love that. Camping in the woods or chilling by the beach?
Chilling by the beach.
Okay. Why?
Black people die in the woods.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. We chilling by the beach. What's your favorite beach?
That I don't know, really.
Okay.
I haven't been to a bunch of them, but I'm a water guy, period.
Yeah.
So, like, even around my neighborhood, there's a bunch of little ponds and lakes and stuff, and water just takes me to another place mentally, so.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I can avoid the mosquitoes of the woods and bears and,
lions and tigers and bears.
Jason them come out the woods.
Okay.
What's his name?
Freddy.
Not Freddy Krueger, but the mask. Michael Myers.
Oh,
Michael Myers comes out there. Nah, I'm good on the woods.
It is October, and I am scared of scary movies, so I don't really know much about Michael Myers, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Watch him in the daytime.
Okay. So fix it yourself or call for help?
Depends on what it is. So, YouTube University. Because, when you're a homeowner, stuff get expensive to keep calling people, right?
Yeah.
So if it's put up a ceiling fan, I got it. Change a shower head, I got it. Fix a cabinet, put together a desk, I got it.
Okay.
If it's super complex electricity, I don't fool with, and plumbing, because plumbing is worse than a fire in your house if you had a leak.
Oh, man.
So something like that, I'm calling. Yeah. If I need to call people, I'll call them, but I'm going to try to fix it if I can.
Yeah.
I know my limits, though.
Okay. I can roll with you on that one. I can roll with you on that one. Okay, sneakers or dress shoes?
Sneakers.
Why?
More comfortable.
Yeah. I thought you would say dress shoes.
Dress shoes keep you fly, but they're not as comfortable, and I'm not as old as I used to be.
Okay. Yeah, my dad would have said dress shoes. He certainly would have. Yeah. Okay. So, road trip adventure or staycation relaxation?
Staycation.
Why?
My nerves bad. I got a short fuse, and being in the car with people for too long, I gotta go or they gotta go.
Okay.
And I get anxious, and it's taking too long. Let's just get there. Put me on a flight.
I was gonna say, so you're more of a flyer.
Preferably in first class.
Flyer type guy. Okay. First class.
Yes, preferably.
Okay. All right. So that's a little bit of the dad this or that. So that you surprised me on a couple of them, but we're gonna get into the next section which is real estate, which is something that we both love to talk about at this point in times in our lives, in addition to what we do. But yeah, so open house or private showing?
That's that's a good question. Never thought about it really. You put me on spot. I do a lot of open houses.
Okay.
But I also open houses.
Okay.
You meet more people.
Okay.
More clientele, more leads. So I got to go with open house.
Okay.
Private showings, though, could mean somebody is getting ready to buy. So, open house.
Open house. We're going to roll with open house. Some of these be kind of hard sometimes. Okay. Networking events or online marketing?
Online marketing.
Okay. Why?
I'm actually not as good with networking in person as I would like to be. I'm
Okay.
working on it.
That surprises me.
I can be a people person, right?
Okay.
But I can also be very reserved, walk in the room, go sit at the back, peep the room.
Okay.
So
Okay.
people like me, they like my personality, but then there are times because I deal with people in every facet of my life that I
Yeah.
don't want to be bothered. So
Yeah. Yeah. And
it can be
everybody
tricky.
have their days where they sometimes feel like being bothered, sometimes don't. Okay. Yeah. I tried to go to my first networking event for real estate not too long ago. And I was like, yeah, I'm more of an introvert. Like, I
I'm
kind of shrink in a
much
room
more
like this a little bit.
introverted than I thought I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, where do I start this conversation with this person I don't know?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right. So virtual tours or in-person meetings?
In person.
Why?
In-person meetings. Body language. I know how to work a room, right? So
Okay. Okay.
if I'm in person, I get a feel for you. It's more personable, I would think.
Sure.
When you're online, it just seems, no matter how relaxed you try to be,
Mm-hmm.
that it's more structured, time constraints. Because after you've been on a Zoom for 20 minutes, it's like it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In person, Starbucks is my goal. Let's go have Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this one you may or may not be a fan of either one, but we're gonna ask anyway. Buyer's agent or seller's agent?
Buyer.
Why?
I'm kind of a people person. I can control my destiny being a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
Selling agent, you can be more creative, I think. But you can't control that house moving as a seller,
Yeah.
right? You can only do the open houses, you can only market, which is cool. But as a buyer agent, and I'm learning as I'm taking my buyers out. Actually, like I did this weekend. You see new communities. You're all right, this house doesn't fit for you, but I'm bringing somebody else here. So, buyer.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it. Is like even if that person doesn't particularly like that property, you still can keep those options open for other clients. So that's a good mentality to have. Okay, morning client meetings or evening property tours?
Evening. I like both. Evening property tours.
That surprises me. Because you seem like you like to be up and moving around about the cabin during the day. I be seeing you on social media. You be moving around the cabin.
Oh, I'm up at 5.
Up at 5. Okay. So you like evening property tours. Why?
It's exciting. And to see how people respond to properties when they get excited, when they pick the one that they like and now it's time to do something. So I like that. Now I like the morning meetings as well, right? Because it's still kind of filling out, but you don't get as much production sometimes in those meetings as the showings.
Gotcha. Okay.
Showings, I get content while I'm there. And again, it's the client's response to certain things.
Right, right.
And I'm going in my bag now going, okay, you don't like that kitchen, scratch that off the list. All right, I got something for you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So traditional print advertising or social media ads?
Social media.
Okay, tell us why.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free, is more creative. The stuff that you're going to send printed, people going to throw it away.
Yeah.
Marketers will tell you that they have to get 3 pieces of mail before they really pay attention to it.
Okay.
Online, everybody's already there. It's free. I can reach more people, more cost effective.
Yeah.
All that.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like on social media, at least 3 touches as well? Even though it's not a physical, tangible piece of marketing material, it's still a digital piece of marketing material.
3. So are we talking about videos and everything?
Yeah, just content, videos,
No,
or
I don't. I think if they see something that they like, whether it's property, if you doing educational videos, what I like to do, you can get a response first time.
Okay.
Online.
Okay. Okay. Well, that concludes our This or That segment. I love doing This or That because it allows me to know a little bit more about the person that I'm interviewing. And it also allows the audience to know that as well. So I love doing the This and That. It's so creative. So Rufus, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and a little bit about what you're currently doing right now.
It's a lot, so cut me off. All right, let's start with a little bit about me. I am 42.
Okay.
Wife and 2 kids,
Okay.
2 teenagers. I love being at home with my family.
Oh.
Because we just have fun. We don't have the typical super structured, we laugh.
Yeah.
we talk about each other a lot actually in my house.
Yeah.
Dinner time is time to just get your feelings off your shoulder because you about to get it. Everybody, nobody's exempt. I'm a pastor, founding pastor. This is my second church I founded. What else about me? Born and raised in Houston.
Okay.
2 younger brothers, barely younger, but 2 younger brothers. What else you want to know? Background.
Yeah. What do you do professionally? And
so real estate. I'm a realtor.
Okay.
That's my primary go-to outside of course, pastoring. I got other things that I aspire to do. Credit consulting program I'm putting together. I'm working on. I have 18 years of collections experience. I don't know if you knew this. So I know a lot about credit, how it works. I know that a lot of stuff that we see online with TikTok, Instagram, I know it doesn't work. I know it's wrong. And so that's what's prompted me to want to put some stuff together to really teach people how to build credit. My passion really is for helping people. Like I'm a pourer.
Yeah.
I do it naturally. Like everybody that I meet, I want to leave some sort of impression on. So that's that. What else we doing?
It's funny that you say that because my dad is a pastor also. You know that. You've been in our church before. And I always tell people I had the perfect example of a model for helping people. Like helping people is in you. It's one of those things where I saw it modeled so much in my dad as a pastor, just him helping the community, him helping the church, him helping just anybody, from family to friends to whatever, that it's just in you. So it's good when people like us get in these professions because it's not just about the money, but it truly is about educating people and it truly is about helping people to attain the things that they want to attain. Yeah, so that's just a little bit about Rufus. He's being very modest right now, but that's a little bit about Rufus. Like I said, Rufus came to my dad's church not too long ago, and I saw that he was doing real estate, and I'm very new in real estate as well, but I have a lot of background in finance, so I thought it would be good for us to connect, and just as people that are new in the real estate industry to kind of help and learn from each other. And I love the art of networking. Networking is something that I'm really, really, really big on. How big are you on networking? I know you said that you're kind of a people's person, but not really. But I do see you networking and I do see you as a people's person.
So it's a weird dynamic with me, right? My patience is short sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes when it comes to children, my kids, I got a lot of patience. If I'm teaching you something, I'm patient.
Okay.
How can I put this nicely? If you're, can't say that. If you're not a good investment of my time,
that's a good way to put it.
Then my patience can be very short, right? So I have a personality. I have a very big personality. People typically are drawn to me, right? I like people. I love people, right? I like to interact. But it's that dynamic that kind of can be a holdback. And then if I'm uncomfortable, then I'm a lot more reserved. I'm reserved in front of people that I don't know.
Okay.
Because people typically, especially being a pastor, people put demands and expectations on you to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm really not like that. I'm very down to earth. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. And people instantly kind of, and that's why honestly, most times I don't tell people that about me up front.
Okay.
Not because I want to hide it, but because I want to see who you really are before you put these demands on me, first of all, and then secondly, before you put up a facade, right? So I want to get to know the real you. I want to laugh and joke. I don't want to talk about scriptures all the time.
Right, that part.
I don't. Okay. I don't want to talk about church all the time. I don't want to hear your lie about why you haven't been to church in 6 months because I didn't ask. I really asked about how was the game? What do you like? What's going on economically? What's going on in politics? I just want to, what's your favorite Martin episode?
Yeah.
Do you like the new Jack City episode?
Yeah. So that's really good that's good that you say you don't like to tell people because you want to see who they truly are. And my dad always says that people won't know who you are by the way that you don't have to wear a suit. just carry the Bible, hide the word in your heart,
Mhm.
and then you don't have to pack a Bible under your arm. But again, you guys are regular people, and you don't want to be
Absolutely.
all the time talking about you're a regular person. When you're
I
not
do.
at church, you don't want to be all over
And I
that.
can treat people a way that lets them know it's something different about me. And that's typically what happens in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It happened Saturday. My client brought someone with her and she just kept looking at me. She going, "Are you a pastor or something?" Hadn't talked about church, nothing. It's just
Nothing.
you can treat people in a way to let them know there's something different about you. And I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's typically my spiel. I'm going to treat you good. I'm going to treat you fairly. And then when I don't want to deal with you, I just won't because of whatever you put out that's just not good for me or for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us how difficult is it managing the demands of like family responsibilities with pastoring as well as on top of that being a real estate agent?
So, and people argue this, right? So this may be a good conversation. You may different opinion as well. I believe that you have to learn to a degree how to compartmentalize,
Okay.
right? If I'm doing family stuff, I'm doing family stuff.
Yeah.
That means don't blow up my phone. All right. That means just don't. Like I'm doing family.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing real estate, then family has to understand I'm doing real estate right now.
Yes. Yes.
If I'm pastoring, I'm pastoring. I'm doing pastor stuff. And I think you have to have boundaries so that they don't all run in together. Because if you don't, you'll feel like you're never getting a break from any of it. And now you're overwhelmed.
Yes.
Right. So again, when I need to do the church stuff, I'm doing it. But when I'm not, I'm just not. And my people know you can't call me all night. You cannot call me all night. You got a cutoff time. You can't call me early in the morning. You just don't have that kind of access to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go on vacation. And when I'm on vacation, I do not want to be bothered.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because if you kill me, my wife doesn't have a husband, my children don't have a father, and you gonna wait 1 week and you're gonna find another pastor.
That
So
part.
I'm not dying at church.
Yeah. So you talk about setting boundaries. So do you time block? How do you communicate this to people? Is it just something that you say, or is it just something when you're creating this boundary that if somebody calls you at 8:00, you just don't answer until the next day? And then when you speak with them, it's like, "Oh, sorry, I missed your call, but after 5, I don't take calls for this or that."
So that's kind of a good question. I try to time block, and I'm working on getting better at time blocking actually,
Okay.
so that I can manage more and I can be more productive. But I'm a good communicator, and I don't mind telling people like, "Hey, I can't do this right now."
But you do it in the moment, or do you do it like after the fact?
It depends.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if it's, I had a member that she's no longer at my church, but some while back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Text message about something I asked her to do, and the text message come through at 6:00 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not responding. When I do call you back at 10, I'm gonna let you know that you can't text me at 6:00.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
You can't text me at 10:00 asking me about something that again I asked you to do, or even that you want to discuss. I'm not counseling anybody at 10.
But yeah. Especially as someone who has a family, is married, have children, that's a bit much in the morning to be.
And I need my personal time.
Yes.
Like I need time away from everybody.
Yeah.
My wife and my kids know that there are times when I don't want to talk to y'all either.
Yes.
I just need these moments to just decompress or be creative or whatever. And so I have to put up those boundaries, because when you are a pastor, especially in our communities, they think that we're always on call, and we're just not.
Yeah, that's kind of something that I had to. So my dad has a nonprofit, and this weekend we have a major event. And one of the things that my parents do is they're retired, right? So they stay up late or they get up early. And I'll get a text from my dad at like 6:00 in the morning. And sometimes I have to tell him, "Daddy, I'm off." Sometimes I gotta teach him, I just can't. It's 6:00 in the morning, so let's wait till about 8:30. And his biggest thing is that's not with family. I'm like, yeah, but when I wake up in the morning, I want to give gratitude. I want to walk on my walking path. So it is something that I try to time block, and I'm very intentional with my time when I'm time blocking.
Just don't respond till you're ready to respond.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I don't, because if I respond and I'm not ready to respond, now you mad because I was a little bit too blunt. or I'm not a morning person. I get up early,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be bothered early. So I get my devotional time in.
Yeah.
I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I need a little caffeine,
Yeah.
and I'm starting to warm up. So I you don't want me to respond that early. You would
Yeah.
rather let me respond on my time and let me do it this way.
Yeah. Yeah. So during the day, during the week, how do you structure your week? Let's say, for instance, with pastoring, with family, with real estate, how are you structuring your weeks? Because as we know in real estate, if you're not intentional, as we know with pastoring, if you're not intentional with lessons and because Bible study and things like that, and as we know with family, if we're not intentional even in that space, then things can fall through the cracks. So how are you planning your weeks with everything on your plate?
I'm
Because
still
it's a
working
lot.
on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. I'm better than I was because I'm obsessive. So I started real estate. I'm up early. I'm working all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm still at my computer.
Yeah.
I'm finna go to bed, fall asleep at the computer, wake up again at 5. Same thing with church. And so I get involved, got a project going, or I'm building something on work. I can be obsessive. And so I've had to build, those times when I'm really working on it. I'm better at it
Mm-hmm.
now.
Okay.
Monday typically for me, especially after like this weekend, I was gone all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Monday is typically I'm trying to get it to be a cross between a preacher's holiday
Okay.
and an admin day for real estate. And then I
Okay.
can take it easy. I can get
Yeah.
caught up on, I can edit, social media stuff. I can do stuff in my CRM to get emails and stuff. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to do on Mondays. Tuesday is more of a pickup day. Go get out in the field, and I'm still working on it.
Sure.
Try to get my Bible study lesson Tuesday for Wednesday so that Wednesday I can get some real estate done and not be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I gotta leave space for the what if, that person that wants to call, that's a new client that needs my attention right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm working on it.
Okay.
Ask me that again in 6 months, I have a better answer.
I'm surely going to ask you in 6 months and we're going to see what you got to say about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right
We're
back.
going to see what you got to say about it. So with your kids and with family and things like that, how do you handle having 2 teenagers? Like,
Pray a lot.
pray a lot. How do you handle, are they talking to you about things going on at school, and are they able to choose friends wisely, or do they talk about therapy? Like, is there, because their generation I've noticed is very, like when we grew up, it was be seen, not heard. Like you couldn't really say anything back. Their generation, if you cut them off from saying certain things, then they don't feel valued. And that's something that they need to feel.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it having 2 teenagers?
Man, I have a great relationship with my kids. We
Yeah.
have very open communication. My daughter had a situation with 2 of her friends yesterday, and she came
Okay.
right downstairs. So this is what happened, and I said this, and I said that. Okay, run it back. What'd you say? Now, do you hear how that sounds?
Mm-hmm.
What did she say? Do you hear what she was trying to tell you?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I have a great relationship. Because I was a psych major
Okay.
and being a preacher, and I'm observant to what's going on across generational lines,
Mm-hmm.
traumas, not communication, knowing how we've raised kids, especially boys. We've raised boys to not be emotional,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then we're looking at them when they have an outburst and now they're going upside somebody's head.
Mm-hmm.
That is wrong, but because we didn't teach them how to communicate when they were hurt, and they waited until they just couldn't take no more, and that was their response. So I'm intentional about creating a safe space for my kids
That's great.
to talk and to get an understanding of things and to be able to communicate when something is bothering them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't play that go in your room. Well, they're teenagers, so they like to be in there. My son like to be in the game. My daughter
Mm-hmm.
like to be in the bed. But after I ain't seen you in so long, I'm going in there. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? Why you still in here? Get up,
Yeah.
come. And because we've created that space, my daughter likes to be in the living room with us talking and watching TV. My son,
Mm-hmm.
the same deal. And so that's how I think that's very important for my kids. And I can recognize when something is wrong. And so I go, hey, what's up? You've been quiet.
Yeah.
To let them know that I'm concerned about them, and I push them to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me what's like, open up to it. Don't just get mad. Tell me why you mad.
So as a father, were you raised like this? You and your siblings, were y'all raised to be expressive and show emotion and have a safe space to talk to people, to your parents? And or was this something that you said, okay, I didn't have this opportunity when I was growing up, so I want to afford my kids the opportunity, especially for our young Black men?
So my dad was old school when it came to just discipline, period.
Okay.
My brothers and I are the men we are because of the kind of father we have. I'll
Mhm.
tell anybody. He was the epitome of a husband, provider, father, all of that.
Mhm.
And so to answer your question, we really didn't to a degree because he didn't really know how, and his daddy was super old school.
Yeah.
Right? Do what I
Sure.
say. Right. But as we got older, we laugh about this all the time. We used to have Sunday evening conversations. Literally, they were on Sundays where we just all in the living room and we talking. And so at that point, when we get older, then my dad, I remember one time I was mad at a decision that he was trying to force me into.
Mhm.
And I was about to say something. And I was like, no, because my daddy don't play that.
Yeah.
You'll wake up next week. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do nothing until you tell me.
Oh,
And that
that's
opened up
great.
to do that. And again, me being in the ministry, dealing with a lot of people, being a psych major is just something that I wanted to do more of because I knew, and it built such a strong relationship with me and my children. My daughter wants to tell us about stuff that sometimes I don't want to hear about. Go talk to your mama about boys because I
Tell
don't
me
like
about
nobody.
it. Tell me about it.
But she'll sit in the living room, answer a call from a boy on speakerphone, on FaceTime, no AirPods. So that level of trust was something that we built
Yes.
to where it made her comfortable enough to come and want to talk about this and stuff like that. It's still
Mhm.
uncomfortable for me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I go above and beyond to make sure she's comfortable
Yeah.
because I want that level of trust with my kids. Now,
Absolutely.
we're not your friend.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
No, we're not your friend, but we here for you to, bounce ideas off of, or for, if you
Absolutely.
need to get advice on kind of some situations that's going on, then yeah, we here for that, but it's a fine line.
Yeah, I had to teach. I had to have a conversation with my daughter about boys. So I'm gonna talk to you as a man. Don't be, don't be so excessive to everybody. Everybody don't need not excessive acts.
Accessible.
Accessible is the
Yep.
word I'm looking for.
Yep.
Don't be that girl. Don't be so hungry for. I had to have that conversation with her as a man to say, hey, from a man's standpoint, and she took that and ran with it. And I mean, I'm so proud of my kids. I don't even know what to do.
I know
for
that's
real.
right, because she say, listen, I'm not the one or the two.
And
so,
she's a boss.
yeah.
I'm about to buy my baby an LLC for her birthday in December.
Wow.
She braids hair. She got
Wow.
money. She done created her policies and terms of conditions, her
Nice.
booking policy, and she is a boss.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So your little nappy head son ain't gonna be able to impress my baby because she gonna have it in. She gonna be a full business owner in college.
That's what's up. One of the proudest moments as parents are moments like those where we can actually see our kids performing well
Mhm.
at something. Because kids their age, let's admit it, some kids don't even want to drive. Some kids don't want to get up and work. Some kids don't want to do any of that. But when our kids actually want to work and our kids are actually showing that they're financially responsible,
Mhm.
that's a proud moment for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My daughter the other day, she was telling me, oh, I need to go to the bank. I need to put this money. I say, look, girl, how much money you got you want to put in the bank? It was like almost $200 that she wanted to put in the bank.
Oh shoot, Raylan came downstairs. Daddy, I got 1,000 such and such and
Come
such and such in
on.
my account.
Come on.
And yeah, and she's managing it, and we're navigating that with letting her still be a child. Because
That's
I'm big
right.
on letting somebody be a kid.
That's right.
But I'm instilling enough in her to where certain conversations will be natural to her, or she'll be
Mhm.
familiar. I like exposure, so my daughter comes to me with some showings and stuff.
Mhm.
I had my son doing door knocking for my real estate business. I want to expose them to stuff so that it's not a super reach for them. It's very attainable.
Sure.
I told him in the car the other day, I said, y'all gonna be homeowners at 25,
Mhm.
right? Not gonna have to wait till you 38, 40 to buy a house. You're gonna be a homeowner at 25. You're gonna be a boss. You're gonna have to run your own business. So they know they can't come to me talking about what job they want.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always think that it's proud moments also for us too to show them. Like, I don't need anybody showing my daughter how to be a professional. I know how to show her how to be a professional. Like you said, my daughter, she in the thousands in her account too. And
Oh,
it's
you said
like
thousands with an S.
well,
I just need clarity because you know.
It's a proud moment, because like you said, they're kids and we want them to remain kids. But it's like for me, I feel pretty good that if she gets out of the house, she can sustain herself as a woman. She can sustain herself. Now, I'm not saying that because I want her to get married and have a family and things like that. But I also, too, want her to know how to save for a rainy day, how to live and not just work to pay bills, and how to have a nice life.
Yep,
and not a luxurious life. I'm not saying, because right now we in the luxury this, luxury that. I teach her that, too. You don't need all that.
Yeah.
As long as you have enough to sustain your life the way that you want to live, then you're fine. You're fine. Don't chase after what everybody else wants, because
Absolutely.
I don't do that in my life. So let's talk about real estate. So you're teaching your kids real estate. But let's talk about you as a real estate professional. How long have you been in real estate at this point?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
I got my license at the end of November.
Okay, at the end of November. So what piqued your interest about real estate?
The money. I'm just kidding. That's part of it. But I got, certain soft skills. My background in collections, right? Obviously, I'm a good communicator, right? Interact with a lot of people, and I understand the wealth gap in our community, right? So that's part of the passion. My wife had been telling me, because how I talk to people and can, with collections, you talking people into paying bills that they don't want to pay. In essence, it's sales, right? And I was, let's be clear, I was very good at collections.
Yes.
Yeah, if you get on the phone with me, you paying something today.
You're going to pay today.
And I don't have to be rude. It's just the way I communicate.
Yeah.
Right? So she had been telling me since we bought our house in 2021 that I should have been in real estate. And I was like, I don't want to deal with them people. I ain't got time for people that got champagne taste and beer budgets and all that. And I got laid off from my job last May.
Okay.
And that was the opportunity, because I would still be getting a severance, still getting, having some sort of income coming in. That was my opportunity to go and take my classes and get started.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. And I have not regretted it too many days, because there were some days and it was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's allowed me to connect with people, to help more people, to be able to make a great living, to expose my kids to me. I mean, it's been all in all, it's been a good experience.
Yeah, yeah. So what were the first things that you learned in real estate when you got in? What were some of the first key takeaways that you learned in real estate that you were like, okay, this industry is going to be good for me? Because I feel like sometimes when we try things, we know right away if it's going to be a good fit for us or not.
Just adding value to people.
Yes.
Right. We're in the people business, not the real estate business. And so the co-owner of our brokerage, Nicole, is very big on adding value. My mentor, very big on adding value. So if I had to give you one thing, it would be that, like, literally add value. The clients will come, the deals will come, focus on relationships. And it's caused me to fine tune some things across a couple of different lines that I've been able to carry over into other businesses. Church and everything is like, focus on the relationship.
Yes.
Focus on adding the value, and the rest will come.
And I talk about this a lot as it pertains to professionals, no matter what you're doing, transferable skills.
You do.
That is a big, big, big thing, because like you said, those skills that you've learned working in corporate America or working wherever you are, that transfers over to real estate as well.
Absolutely.
Because you still have to interact with people. You still have to, like you said, get the context of what you're doing. You still have to learn the material. You still have to study the market. You still have to provide resources. You still have to build a pipeline of business. You still have to do all those things that you would be doing in your regular corporate job.
Absolutely.
But now you're just doing it on the real estate side. So when you first joined your brokerage, what were some things that you were excited to join for? What kind of things were you like, man?
The thing that peaks out again at Braden Real Estate Group. Can I say the name?
Yeah, go ahead. Please. Shameless plug. Go ahead.
The thing about Braden Real Estate Group that stood out the most, even before I knew I was going to be a realtor, was the level of Black excellence.
Okay.
That was huge for me. And when we hear that, oftentimes, when we, hear Black owned, for instance, a lot of times, unfortunately, that's almost to where you have to dumb down a bit. Black owned means little janky here.
Discounted.
It's that.
Yeah.
No, when these people say Black owned, they mean take it a step up. So we're dressed in our man. If you've seen our brokerage picture, you probably saw it.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
very nice.
it's Black excellence.
Yes.
It's not settling. It's having a polished image at all times. It's representing yourself in a way. And that was the major thing for me, is because I don't attach my name to just anything.
That's that part.
Right. If you ain't have it going on with you, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I don't attach my name, and that's not arrogance. That's me valuing I see myself as a product.
Yes.
And I want, when you say my name, for it to be attached with a level of excellence, right? And that's what I was looking for in a brokerage, is I need that. And it's small enough to where I can make an imprint, bring something to the table and help. But they were already big enough to where they were established, have a name. There has not been a builder that I've been to yet that when I said Braden Real Estate Group, they didn't know who we were.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. So you guys operate like a family, but like you said, these are people that you can learn from, and the personal brand is already there.
Absolutely.
And they can back up the personal brand with everything that they bring to the table as well.
Yeah. My brokerage is owned by 2 Black women.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
That are bosses.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be clear. I don't even just mean financially. They are bosses when they walk in the room.
Yeah.
And to me, that's impressive to see that. I like, for my daughter, TV show. We was on the OWN network. I've been on TV about 4 or 5 times.
Go ahead then, Rufus. Rufus been on TV before.
Hey, I was in the background, but I was on there. I didn't have my name in the credits at all, but I was there.
I love that.
They handling business, and they demand that out of us there. And
yes.
So, even though I had that mentality getting there, they've pulled some stuff out of me that's like, all right, get this together, because it's a demand. It's expected.
Yeah, because it's top notch over here.
Absolutely.
And we got to level up. Yeah. So this is the Creators Guild Studio. So the Sheldons, they also reported here as well, and they're doing the Black Men Buy Houses right now, and they're connected with the Braden Real Estate Group as well. So I just think it's good for us to find our tribe, and like you said, those people that align with our personal brand. And it's important for us, like you said, to even level up. Like you said, we operate at a high level, but it's nothing wrong with leveling up if you see that you need to level up in certain areas.
Absolutely.
So that's really good. Yeah, everybody in the Houston area, if you didn't know even before the show, now you know the Braden Real Estate Group and how they operate, because that show showed a lot of good.
Oh, you saw it?
Come on now, I saw the show. Come on now. And actually, a good friend of mine, her cousin is Keisha. So one of my good friends, and I've been knowing Keisha for years because, like I said, it's a good friend of mine.
So I grew up around the Braden family.
Wow.
We went to the same home church.
Okay.
Right? Their deacon, their grandfather that passed away, I think it's been close to 2 years now. He ordained my dad as a deacon. And so, like, we literally grew up with Jamisha, who was the broker. We grew up in the same church. And I don't mean like I mean like our parents grew up together. I'll put it that way. So, we've been around them a long time. And their family values, I knew they were going to bring it to that, because I knew their grandmother, Oscarine, is like still like that. If you've ever rented Oscarine's Palace, you get there, you're going to know she don't play.
Yeah, yeah. And even their shopping strip, everybody know
Irene's Palace, Oscar. Am I saying it wrong? Lord, they're going to kill me.
They are going to kill you.
It's one of the two. It's on Homestead.
Yes. And anybody that's been to A&K Cakes, like that's a Houston staple.
Yes.
That whole area that she owns over there is a Houston staple. So I'm just so proud, even though I'm not even a part of that real estate group, I'm just so proud that Houston is on the map in that area. And I'm proud to hear you say that you belong to a brokerage where it is ran by 2 Black females, but they operate in excellence, and they are not telling y'all. I'm really big on, and I posted this the other day, because the co-owner of the brokerage that I'm with is Exclusive Prime Realty.
Okay.
And her name is Brittany Freeman. And Najula is actually my mentor. And Brittany's been a great mentor to me as well. But I posted on my story, I reposted a photo of her, and I said, this is the woman that told me what to do. She's the one that introduced me to real estate. And she not only said that, come on into the fold, but I will show you.
Mhm.
She didn't say, I'll tell you. She said, I'll show you what to do. And she's been doing that. Everybody knows you can get on her calendar. So I just think when we find our tribe and we get into these groups, it is a blessing for us to say that people will
Absolutely.
show us, because I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of gatekeeping that goes on with this kind of stuff because people want to stay on top.
Mhm.
And it's a crab in the bucket mentality.
Absolutely.
But when you join places that don't have that crab in the bucket mentality, it's a real blessing and it's a special thing.
Yeah, and Nicole is kind of, because she's more out front, so we talk about Nicole kind of, a little bit more, but Nicole sells a lot of real estate. And I ain't gonna put a business out, but
Yeah.
she sells a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
And I mean luxury homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she talks, she doesn't talk like, I got this and you just work on. No, she talked to you like, you should be doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you need to do this so you can do exactly this, because I'm not special. I just do this stuff and you need to be. Why are you not doing? That's her conversation is more like, no, you here, you're a realtor, you're qualified, you go get it.
Yeah.
And here's what you do. Let me show you how to do this. Set this up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just take mine. That's fine. You can use mine. And just, so that's major to me.
Yeah, no, that is, like I said, the gatekeeping that goes on. When you have somebody that say, I'm not even going to tell you, I'm going to show you. You want my tools? You want my resources? You want access to my network? Here you go. That's very rare because this business is all about networking, all about resources, all about those things. So that's very rare to find those things in a brokerage. So I think that's great. And I also think that's great in joining those brokerages that are like that and not too large of a brokerage to where you can't touch people like a Nicole. You can't touch people like Brittany and Najula. I think that's so important as well. Because some people are like, why you didn't join Keller Williams or why you didn't join? And I say, it's nothing wrong with those organizations. I said, just for me being so brand new, I wanted to join where I could touch someone, just that's really important to me. So I think that in your experience in real estate also too, what do you feel like 5 years from now? What do you feel like are going to be those most important things for you? Because by then your kids will be grown. Do you feel like you will be doing something different, maybe like investing at that point as well as practicing being a real estate agent?
Absolutely.
What are your goals?
Definitely investing.
Okay.
Definitely investing, generational wealth. I want my kids to have properties in their name. So that definitely, probably still practicing, maybe running a team of my own by then. I don't want to be a broker. But and I need to stop saying it, because every time I say I don't want to do something, the Lord just end up making me do it. But I don't want that. I don't want to do it. I watch what Jamisha does, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind running my own team. Definitely doing some investing.
Okay.
I plan to start that, fairly soon. Yeah, probably doing more mentoring.
Yeah.
My mentor, that's somebody else from Braden, Ebony, is, incredible. When it comes to mentorship, teaching, guiding. I had to call her, when I got my deal this week, and she was so ecstatic she didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, tell the audience, we talked a little bit off camera about this, but I want you guys to know, tell the audience what all you have going on. Tell them about your exciting milestone that you just reached.
I got my first deal. This week, actually, under contract. I got another pre-approval for somebody that'll be going in.
Yeah.
Getting a home this year, and so it's just popping now. I've had a lot of experience, and it's to the point, because of the training and development I've had.
Yeah.
When I go in and talk to builders, they don't know I just started. I couldn't have convinced the sales agent that was my first deal this week.
Wow.
Because of, I had her going back looking at stuff, because I've been in the environment where they're pulling me along, like, come watch me do this, come to this. And so, super prepared. I've had a lot of lease deals. I've worked through a lot of deals. I've written up contracts that just fell through. So it's not that I just weren't working. It was, here we are.
Yeah.
And I'll probably, I'll close 2, 3, 4
before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you on your first deal and a listing. Yeah. Okay, congratulations to you. And I was telling Rufus off camera, that goes to show you when you stick with something, eventually it has to pay off, right? So if you're doing something for so long, eventually you're putting in the work, you're putting in the time, you're getting the education. It's not like you stop doing stuff.
Stay
And that's the
consistent.
thing. It's not like you stopped doing stuff. You kept doing it step by step. And now, like you said, you got a pipeline and a book of business. So now at this point, you're just going to keep running it up. And you got several other deals that you're going to close before.
So can I be a pastor for 2 minutes?
Go ahead.
So I always say, I think I've said this to you off camera too. It seems that God always takes me the longest way with everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Everything for me, I have to earn. I have to I told, some people that I have to create everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is ever given to me. I tried to go after an established church. It didn't work. The Lord destroyed it. The whole connection.
Yeah.
So I can't do an established church. I got to build one. I didn't want to start another church. I have to. Real estate. I saw a couple of people that weren't actually even doing the work that I was doing. And their stuff was popping, and I'm sitting there going, all right, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right? So I've been saying that, the Lord always take me the long way. Well, then I'm cutting my grass yesterday because I cut my own yard. And I'm out there, and I don't know what made me think about this or why it came to me. And it was so impactful. Wasn't deep or nothing. It wasn't that I always have to go the long way. It's the fact that this may hit you a little bit.
Come on with it.
Harvesting is hard.
Oof.
Right?
It is.
The blessing is big and heavy. So if you don't gain the skills in sowing, if you don't gain the skills during the stretching period and the time that you're struggling with something and get stronger, when you get what you've been asking for, it'll crush you and you'll be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so literally that hit me yesterday. Was it yesterday? What's today? Wednesday?
Yes.
This is my days up. I got to teach tonight.
Yes.
My lesson's done. Don't worry about it. But I was thinking about that. If I don't develop the strength and the muscles and the systems and the know-how, if I hadn't have done that all of this year, then I wouldn't have been able to work the deal the way that I worked it. And it was very impactful for my client.
Wow.
0 down, no PMI, refrigerator included, wash and dry included, new construction.
Come on.
Got a house with plenty of upgrades for under $300,000.
Come on.
Right? I wouldn't have known how to do that had it not been for the struggles I've had earlier this year, right? And so when you apply that to other areas of your life, it's the time when you're struggling that actually gets you ready to be able to handle what you're looking for.
Yes.
I wouldn't have been able to handle the fact that I got so many people I'm working with right now that I would be completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And still being able to come and do a podcast and still be able to teach tonight and have my lesson already done and still know that, okay, I got to follow up with this many people because they're waiting. When I was, when you had to run out and take a call, I had to text somebody that's possibly interested in the listing that I haven't even gotten yet.
Wow.
Wow. And so when you're struggling with people, for those of you that are watching, you're struggling in business, struggling with family, struggling in life, period. Don't despise those seasons because they literally prepare you for what you ask for. If God gives you what you ask for too soon, it will crush you. My daughter knows how to drive now, right? She's been wanting a car for a year. Okay? She thought she wanted a car. I was smart enough to know she couldn't handle that car yet.
Yeah.
Now, she would have thought I was a great dad if I would have gave it to her as soon as she thought she wanted it. But everybody else would have known if you give her that car, she's going to kill herself and somebody else. It's the same way with things we want in life, right? We're asking for it and we're frustrated and upset. Why you haven't given it? Because he know if I give this to you, now it's going to destroy you.
Man, it's when you're talking about that, it's crazy. It's something that's being brought to my several things that have gone on in my life. But I did a podcast with a guy named Phil from the Poor Horseman podcast, and he was saying that he had been laid off for a while, and he's a recruiter. And he was like, Crystal, you know what? God put me in my position and blessed me with my job because he was like, I feel like the time that I was off, I needed that. The time that he was off, he used that time to build more of a rapport and help his son's mom out because, they share a son together. He used that time to step up, help her out more with their son. He started picking his son up, doing more with his son and things like that. And then he said when he got blessed with his job, he was so thankful. He said, Crystal, if I'm supposed to be there at 7, I get there at 6:30. If he would have gotten that job before time, he wouldn't have had the extra time with the son. He wouldn't have had the lesson of appreciating your job. Because you know how we do. We get to work, we be like, they better be happy I showed up today.
Mhm.
But again, when you wait on those things and God blesses you with those things and you have that waiting period, you appreciate things even that much. But like you say, I got my first deal that's happening. So now you are so appreciative of that first deal. And now you looking and waiting in expectancy and looking forward like, okay, now let's get it started.
I got right back to work that day.
Yeah.
I sat down for a second because I had been out all day, hadn't eaten or nothing. And I'm right back in front of the computer, right back on the phone, right? I heard this a while back from a preacher I won't name on here. He's a well-known preacher. And he said, and some of you that have read his books or heard, you may, connect with it. But he said, if a tree produces year-round, it'll kill it. It blew I heard that probably 8 years ago. If a tree produces around all seasons, it'll kill it. The stress and the strain of having to produce would kill the tree. So the tree actually needs fall and winter so that it has the strength to produce in spring.
Wow.
Right? So you need those. We don't like fall. We don't like winter. And I ain't talking about the actual seasons. I'm talking about those seasons in our lives.
Sure.
In our business, we don't like those moments when we're not producing, when stuff is dying. It's not as pretty as it used to. We hate those seasons, right? But they are so necessary because they allow us to rest a bit.
Yes.
So that we can produce a better harvest when it comes in spring.
Yes.
And so, we struggle through those moments, but man, you got to take advantage of the time when you're not producing. I've learned to be grateful for every season of my life.
Absolutely.
And to figure out, okay, when I'm in this season, what am I supposed to get out of this? I've had great producing seasons. I've had stuff when stuff was popping. I'm kind of getting back into a season where it's an open door every time.
Come on.
But, I've been through my fall and my winter this year too.
Yeah.
So, I cried some days.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's real because I always talk about this. We can't win every day. And it's unrealistic for us to put out there that everybody's winning every day. Even when I'm going through those seasons that you're talking about, I'm not on social media as much. Because I know for me, I'm an overachiever. I always want to do my best. I always want to perform at a high level. But if I am consistently seeing something, then it could be very, very, very discouraging.
I went through that too.
Yeah. So you have to just limit your time on social media during those times and connect to the source. And as we know, God is the source. So, connect to the source and keep your mind fresh, eliminate the distractions to make sure that you are operating in your best self every day. And then you'll be out of that season before you know it.
One of the things I've learned is set up easy wins, right? Set yourself, when you're losing, it takes a toll on you, right? But let me tell you what takes a bigger toll on you. When you're winning and you start losing, right? If you're a losing team, you look at sports. People don't expect, you watch football?
Yeah, I do.
The Carolina Panthers?
I ain't watched the Panthers
terrible.
in a while. Okay.
Dude, that's why you haven't watched them, because they probably ain't even been on TV that much. They're terrible.
I'm a Texans gal.
Me too.
Yes.
Right? So even look at the Texans. We're winning right now.
Yes.
If we start losing, it's gonna break our heart.
Yeah.
But a few years ago, when we was 2-14, we were so used to losing that it.
Yeah, right? We wasn't even disappointed anymore.
So in both of those dynamics, whether you've been losing consistently or you winning and you start losing, you got to set yourself up for easy wins.
Yeah.
That's why I work out in the mornings. Because if you start your day with achieving stuff that's hard, then you carry that momentum through the day. And when you're making your to-do list, set up some things that are easy for you to do, accomplish without thinking about it, and then you pick up the momentum.
Yeah.
When you're consistently getting behind and losing, it keeps you in that slump. That's one of the things that I learned this year.
Yeah.
I can teach you now that when you set up easy stuff, right? One of the things on your to-do list could be create a video, 30-second video. Well, that's easy for you to do. You're a talker. Okay? Fix your little hair, put your little makeup on, get in front of the camera, create a video, edit it, post it.
Yeah.
Now I checked it off my list.
Yeah.
What's the next thing I do? All right, I need to do a meal prep for lunch. Go in the kitchen, make that real quick. I didn't check that out. Now I'm winning.
Yes.
So now when I get to the difficult task, I've created this momentum for myself of winning. Like if you put the difficult thing first and you've been losing, you're going to lose at that. And now you're creating that lose. Now you don't even want to do anything.
Yeah. 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 No, I am that person too. When I wake up in the morning, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I get on my walking pad. I'm doing 2 miles. Whether I'm walking, running, I'm scrolling through my phone, answering email. I'm doing those 2 miles every day because, like you said, that's something that's hard, and it's something that I could say that I did for myself for the day.
Give you a clue, not a clue, but some advice.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing anything but walking when you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the emails for a minute. I listen to a sermon when I'm working out every day.
Mm-hmm.
Not mine. I listen to stuff too. It's self-care.
Personal and professional development. I listen to those podcasts as well.
So something like that, a podcast, but no, I listen to a sermon.
Yeah.
Because I need a word too.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I'm working out, that's what I'm doing in my morning. I don't want to respond to emails. Now, every now and then if I'm expecting something, but I try to make it a point not to.
Yeah.
When I go on my run after I, been in the gym, I
Mm-hmm.
leave my phone in the gym. So now I don't have anything to distract me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing faith affirmations. Sometimes I'm just thinking, I'm enjoying the view, I'm breathing, concentrating only on my breathing. And it allows me to get away for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
refresh. Now I'm racing myself with the time, trying to beat the time I had the day before. And I've accomplished something big. My mind is clear, and now I'm ready.
Yeah.
So yeah. Put that phone down for a little bit.
Okay, I'm putting my phone down for a little bit, but it's kind of hard because I like listening to music too.
Well, cut it on, put some headphones on or something, and put the phone
and leave it
over
alone.
there.
Yeah. I could do that because I'm one of those people that I gotta get my playlist ready when I work out.
Do that. Put the phone. Get
down.
away for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your advice on that though and I need to get back into I've gotten to the point where it's like this time of year I'm in my house because I'd be like I don't want to go out, but I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that point to where I put my phone down and I'm gonna actually do that.
No, don't get to that point. Just do it tomorrow.
Just do it.
Just do it tomorrow. You don't need to plan. I got to get to that. No, just put the phone down tomorrow. Put your playlist on. Put your music
on. Put the phone down.
Leave the phone away where you.
And you know what's bad is that I turn my TV on because my walking pad is in my living room. I put the TV on, but then on my phone I have my Nike app. So I just need to start doing my Nike app from my watch, and I need to be doing my activity from my app, and that's gonna solve that problem. I ain't even got to worry about the phone. Listen, Rufus, thank you for the productivity tips. Thank you for
being an overthinker.
But you know what? I'm very analytical, and I am an overthinker, and that is something that I do work through because everything I get on my dad for it. But like my mom said, you just like him.
I'm the opposite.
You just like him.
I'm the work smart, not hard person. I'm going, why would you put that pressure on yourself? Why are you overachieving? Just do this.
Yeah.
Just do it. And then worry about the rest later.
Later on.
My wife is an overthinker.
Yeah.
Is a worrier, and it be bothering me
women.
Why are you worried about that when you can't change it?
Because we want to
change sleep. It. Listen, if I can't fix it tonight, I'm going to bed and I'm going to sleep good. Okay? I'm going to pray. The Lord going to be up and I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Like, why are you putting that pressure? I'm big on don't put that kind of pressure on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't stress yourself out. Can you change it? No. Well, go find you something you go lay down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If I need some more money, right? Me staying up tonight is not going to increase my bank account.
That's true.
So I'm going to put on Martin. I'm going to put them covers up the hill. Make sure the room is freezed. I'm going to rub my feet together and I'm going to bed. And if I'm too stressed, I'm going early.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good, Rufus. Then we as women, we're gonna learn how to not stress over things, not overcomplicate things, and we're gonna learn how to keep it simple. We're going to learn how to keep it simple. Well, listen, Rufus, that's our time for this week. I said, y'all, listen, I've been trying to get Rufus to come on forever. We've been comparing schedules. We've been comparing all the things, but Rufus has been a big ball of knowledge for me. I am like fresh. I've been in real estate since August the 1st. It is today, August the 16th. So it's been October the 16th. So it's been a couple months. Rufus has volunteered to share all of his knowledge so far, and I'm just forever grateful to him. So I told him, I want to get you on the platform. I want to talk through family things. I want to talk through navigating the art of networking and your real estate career. So tell the audience, where can they find you? So give them your social media handle. Also tell them what brokerage you work for and how they can reach out to you if they are interested in real estate needs and what side of town you're on.
Okay, so I live in Humble, right? So I tend to do more business, Humble, Kingwood, New Caney, Huffman, but my car drives all over Houston, so don't let that stop you.
Okay.
Brayton Real Estate Group, you can find Brayton Real Estate Group on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I don't think we have a TikTok quite yet, but my handles are Preaching Realtor. Okay, Preaching Realtor HTX.
Yes.
That is my handle on Instagram, on TikTok, and I have a YouTube page. It's just my name, Rufus Williams Jr. Realtor. Same thing on my business page on Facebook. You can reach me on any of those sites. I give my number out typically. Like, call me. I'm really not tripping. Rufus at Brayton regroup.com.
Yeah.
You can email me if you want to get in touch, if you just have questions. But if you have a realtor, ask your realtor.
Yeah. So that's how you can reach Rufus. I'm always about networking and building community. If you guys have any real estate needs, reach out to him. Like he said, he's local to Humble, but he does real estate anywhere. And as always, if you are not following this channel, please follow this channel, like this episode, subscribe to the channel. Also, too, shameless plug, I'm also a realtor. So if you're in the Houston area now, I'm a little south. So I do Pearland Medical Center on back. So if you are south, I am certainly in the area. If you have any real estate needs, please reach out to me.
Absolutely.
My social media handle is at the Six Figure Single Mom. I am with Exclusive Prime Realty, and we can help you also. But I think it is great for realtors to work together because we can also refer business as well.
Absolutely.
So at any time, we can also refer business. Listen, guys, if you want to connect with me, if you have a career question or anything like that, you can send me an email at sixfiguresinglemoms with an S at gmail.com, or go to my website, www.sixfiguresinglemom.com. I always end my episodes like this because it is so true. Listen, guys, change starts with you, right? So don't look to your neighbor. Don't look to the left or right. Don't expect anybody else to do it for you. Change starts with you. If you see something that you want to be done, do it. It starts with you. So be the change that you want to see. Without further ado, that is it for this episode. Thank you, Rufus, for coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And until next time, guys, bye.